What's going on, guys? Today in this video I'm going to be comparing two amazing cities, Bucharest in Romania versus Budapest in Hungary. In this video I'm going to be comparing cost of living, travel expenses, local attractions and landmarks, food quality, cost experience, public transportation and accessibility, safety and tips, very important, cultural differences, just dive into that a little bit, weather and best times to visit, which is obviously very important. And lastly, I'm going to go into nightlife and entertainment. And after this comparison, hopefully I give you a good insight and you can make a decision which one is going to be better for you. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, support the channel. So let's dive in. So Bucharest, capital of Romania, Budapest, capital of Hungary. We're going to start with like cost of living and travel expenses. When I mean cost of living, I mean just, again, I haven't lived in either one of these countries, but I'm talking about me visiting for extended period of time. And cost of living is just food, getting around, entertainment, just little things getting around, and how much it would be for like a tourist visiting. When we compare the two cities are amazing. Two cities that are just full of culture and have so much to offer, but the cheapest city by far is Bucharest. I mean, it's hands down a lot cheaper. So Bucharest is a lot better for if you're going for a budget, you want to go a budget getaway, a budget city trip for like a week. Then it's going to be a lot cheaper in Bucharest. But again, Bucharest just literally hits and caters to all budget levels. So you're going budget, mid-budget, and high, like luxury. It caters to everything in Bucharest. But again, too, if you want to be more of a budget, you have a limited amount to spend, then Bucharest is a lot cheaper than Hungary. Hungary caters for all budgets as well. Obviously, you can go to the Budapest and stay in a hostel, which would be a lot cheaper than hotel and an Airbnb. But Budapest is a lot more expensive than Bucharest. I mean, the cost of food, just going out food, whether it's just street food, whether it's just in restaurants, mid restaurants to high end restaurants, cost of drinks when you go out, public transportation, both of them pretty cheap, but still got to pay for it, right? So all in all, Bucharest is a lot more cheaper city. Local attractions and landmarks, I mean, of course, there's lots of stuff. Into Buda and Pest, split by the river, and it's just, there's a lot more to do. Bucharest is smaller than Budapest. I mean, don't take my word for it. I mean, fact check it for yourself. But I think it's smaller. Bucharest is smaller than Budapest. But anyway, regardless, there's a lot more. There's less things to do in Bucharest than it is in Budapest. Budapest, you got so much to do, especially if you're all around like me. You like history, culture, going out, good foods. Things to do in the day and in the night. Then Budapest has way more options than it is Bucharest. Bucharest is amazing. You got your parliament. You got the parliament, which is one of the most beautiful parliaments in the world. You got the old town. You got the more luxury area by the lake, which is amazing. You got your bars, your restaurant. It's absolutely beautiful at night. On the more pricey side, but still beautiful. Whereas Budapest, you got the Buda Castle, you got which is on the hill, you got the Parliament, you got the Chain Bridge, you got the thermals. I mean, they're known for the thermals. Thermals absolutely amazing. Thermals alone, they got Bucharest. I mean, because the thermals, you can go day, you could do in the day, you could do it at night, you could do night party, day party. I mean, thermals alone, they got Bucharest. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, as far as just landmarks and attractions, Budapest wins, and Budapest wins hands down. Sorry, my Romanian friends. So food quality and cost, experiences, both places had great, in my opinion, they had great customer service, great quality of food. Romanian food was really nice, really good. Meat heavy and carb heavy, but really good nevertheless. I think the customer service is a little bit better. I think in Romania there was a lot more attention to detail. It was really nice. They're really nice to me. Anyway, I'm just talking mainly about my experience in both these cities. And cost of food, a lot cheaper. When I say quality of food, I'm not necessarily saying one is better than the other, but maybe let's say taste and variety goes to Budapest. I enjoyed the food more in Budapest than I did in Bucharest, but both quality of foods are amazing. I mean, the meats were great, delicious. So I won't say quality was one side was better. I would just want to say the variety, the choices would go into Budapest. I would say there's a little bit more choices in Budapest as far as the range of stuff you can eat. When I go to the different cities, I like to eat what the locals eat, so I try the local food. So I mean, nevertheless, both foods are great. But what does stand out in Bucharest is street food. You got lots of cheap street food, which is actually really good street food as well. You got the little desserts as well. Oh, it's amazing desserts, kind of desserts, pastries, absolutely fantastic. So like Bucharest caters to all budgets, right? So if you have a low budget, you can still go there and have fun. You still eat good. If you're mid to high budget, you're gonna really eat good as well. Go to luxury hotels or restaurants. So either way, you're gonna cater to that. Budapest, not as much cheaper street food, especially now. Prices have really gone up. You can still get mid budget to high in Budapest. Like price wise, I mean, Bucharest is not even close. It's a lot more cheaper, and you get more for what you spend. But I would just say a little bit variation and taste of food. Budapest, but I mean, experience and cost would go to Bucharest, because I mean, I think you get more for your buck, if that makes sense. So public transportation and accessibility, this hands down is Budapest, because one, they got the first underground, which the English stole. Anyway, they got the first underground system, which is absolutely great, and the actual metro system and the train system, the tram system, very easy to navigate and get around, which is refreshing, because some places in Europe, man, if you don't speak the language, you can't read the writing, you just completely get confused. So I would say in Europe, as far as Europe, I mean, this is my opinion again, as far as Europe, England and Hungary, well, I won't say Hungary, I'll say Budapest. So I'll say London and Budapest has probably the best metro systems in all of Europe. It's just so easy to navigate. So I think these are the two best metro systems, in my opinion, in all of Europe. So that's saying something. Europe is big, right? So great. Budapest public transportation is absolutely amazing. Actually very affordable as well. Buses are great. Come on time. No issues on the bus. The tram's great as well. Bus, you can get a bus from the center straight to the airport. A couple euros, I think it was like three and a half to 4 to 5 euros, whatever it is. It's probably gone up by now. So a couple euros, bang, straight to the airport. It takes you straight to the airport. It's amazing. Obviously, when you come into the country, you're not really familiar. You don't know where to go get the bus. But I mean, getting to the airport from Budapest center is a lot easier. Just find the bus where it stops or where it starts from, and it takes you literally straight to the airport. So I think, again, so I'm not saying that Bucharest transportation is not bad. They got the buses, trams, and metro system as well. But it's just not as efficient and easy to navigate that it is in Bucharest. Bucharest, I mean, the transport systems are absolutely phenomenal. It's beautiful. It's great. One of the best in Europe, if not close, first, second, third, for sure in Europe. So bravo to Budapest. I mean, the transportation system is great. Also very affordable and cheap. So if you're going there for a longer extended time, you don't want to take taxis. Literally in the daytimes, especially if you're going when it's warm, public transportation, you do not need to take taxis at all, honestly, at all. I took taxis maybe the first day. After that, I was just public transportation. Very easy to get around, very easy. So safety and tips. These are two actually really amazing cities, and actually very safe. Budapest is a lot safer than it is in Bucharest, because in Bucharest, no disrespect again, but this is just what I've seen talking to my Romanian friends as well that live in Bucharest. There's a lot of petty crime. So you're pickpocketing. Man, do not leave anything and turn your head. Like, leave it on like outdoor tables. Leave it on, like, your phones, bags. They probably will get stolen. So you got to be very careful, especially in the old town area, in the luxury area, like by the lake. You know, where there's people that have money, or most importantly spend money. So you're gonna get a lot of pickpocketing and petty theft. So just make sure you know your surroundings, and make sure you got a hand on all your things, like your wallet and bags and stuff like that. So ladies, do not leave your bags on tables, go to the restroom, or just leave your bag on a table where like it's right next to the walking street where people walk, because people can snatch it. So put it next to you, away from where people are. And just be mindful with that. So there's petty crime. I'm not saying it's super crime. You're not gonna get abducted or nothing like that. But there's a lot of petty crime, right? Pickpocketed. There's a lot of homelessness as well. And again, this is just no disrespect to homelessness, but it's with homeless. There's a little issue with people coming up to you at night. Like I remember I was walking on my own, going to my apartment, because my apartment was literally just across the main street to the old town. I had to cross the main street, so it was like a 5-10 minute walk and going. There was a lot of homeless. There was a lot of the parking lot right in front of my apartment, where I parked my car, my rental car. There was loads of homeless. I mean, people taking dumps on this. There's human pool. It was kind of disgusting. But anyway, there's loads of homeless, so that can also, they do drugs. No disrespect to doing drugs, so that can also have petty crime as well. Because they, again, especially the ones that do drugs, they gotta fix, they gotta scratch that itch. You know what I'm saying? So however they can get money, they're gonna get it. So like you're parked, if you rent a car, parking your cars, do not leave stuff in your car, like your handbag and stuff like that. Do not do that. So just be mindful. I'm not saying super crimey and you're not gonna be safe. I didn't see any issues when I was in Bucharest at all. I didn't see anyone get pickpocketed and stolen. But this is stuff, if you do your research, this is stuff that does go on. So there's some unlucky people that does happen to them. But just be careful, just be mindful of that when you go into Bucharest. Budapest is this petty crime, but the crimes are weird. There's more scamming towards tourists. Like for instance, males, like dating apps, be careful with dating apps. Women will meet you and just say, yo, meet me at this bar, and you go to this bar and everything's like 100 euros, right? This happens a lot. 100 euros. Or you go to strip clubs. Like, I'm not a fan of strip clubs, but you know, you guys love your strip clubs, but those are generally, especially when you go to these different places, they're a huge scam. As soon as you walk in, you go to a table, it's 100 euros. So just be mindful of that. There's a lot of scams. I'm not saying women don't scam too. You women, you get scammed as well. So just be careful. There's a lot more scam, petty crime, or more scamming the tourists, targeting to tourists. So I would say Budapest is a lot safer. I mean, especially with women, you could walk around at night and not, you know what I mean, and feel safe. Especially downtown area. I stayed in the downtown area, and in the center is very safe, clean. So I would say it's a lot more safer Budapest than Bucharest. Same thing in Bucharest. If you're in the center, you can walk around. I'm not saying you can't walk around at night. You can. It's super safe as well. But just be careful. But if you used to ask me what is a safer city, in my opinion, from talking to locals and my experience, in Budapest is a lot safer. Cultural differences, but just I keep this short. But I mean, honestly, in my opinion, again, I know some people that are going to Budapest and they're like, didn't really like it. They were somewhat racist. Not very, hospitality wasn't really great. And I heard the same thing about Romania and Bucharest. From my point of my view or my opinion, when I went to both places, I absolutely had amazing times. There was nothing but hospital for me. It was amazing. The hospitality was absolutely amazing, especially when I went to Budapest. I mean, from the hotels, from the restaurants, from clubs. There was mad cool with me, man. People really were nice to me, respectful, took care of me, and just was super respectful and just welcoming, like, to the country. Again, that's my perspective and that's my view because that's my experience. So other people have different experiences. But for me, again, you respect the culture, respect the locals. I think you go further, longer way, and just have a better time. I had an absolutely fantastic time in Budapest. I didn't see any issue. I didn't have one issue, not one time. Didn't have any arguments with anyone. It was a great experience, and actually is one of my favorite cities in Europe. So I'm not saying biased against Bucharest. Bucharest is amazing too. Same thing. Didn't have any issues. Didn't have any arguments with any of the dudes out there. And my whole trip was great. Walked around the old town so many times. Went to different parts in Bucharest, and it was great. I'm just saying, at night it can get really, it can get weird. You know, lots of homeless or there's people can pickpockets. People just randomly come up to you, ask for your money. Don't go in your pockets. So it's but culture wise, great. I mean, both of them really welcoming. Budapest, tipping is actually very common. I'm sure you Americans went to Hungary and Budapest and made that very common out there. But it's actually very common. Unlike Bucharest, tipping is not known. It's not even, you don't have to tip at all, right? They don't even ask for a tip. If you tip, obviously, if you get great service, the person that serves you, give them a couple of euros. Is also always very appreciated by the workers or from the staff. But in Budapest, tipping is mandatory. So I think they even it's like 10 to 15%. So I think they actually take it out your check. They take it out your bill anyway. So so you don't really necessarily have to tip additional, but tipping is very well known. So you be tipping. My Hungarian friends, guys that live in Budapest, is tipping mandatory? Like as in like you go to a restaurant, they automatically take the service fee out of your bill, and does it come up in your bill? And do you have to tip extra? I mean, some places service fees get taken out your bill, and it's kind of frowned upon if you don't tip extra. Whatever. I'm not a massive tipper, but I mean, if I have great service, I tip. So hey, weather and best times to go. Now, this is Europe. Both countries are European countries. Funny enough, unlike London and the UK, these two cities get very hot. I'm talking about hot as hell. So they get hot, very hot in the summer, very, very hot, right? So you're talking about June all the way to August, and it can get up to like 34 degrees all the way to 40. I would recommend not go when it's super hot, but when it's a lot more cooler. So anytime not July and August. July and August is peak summer. I'm talking about 40 degrees, and there's no water. There's a lake, but that shit will not keep you cool, right? There's no like seafront, nothing like that. So it's pure heat, right? So it can get kind of like muggish and very hot. So I would say skip the busy hot ass months, which is July and August, and go like spring, autumn. Autumn's a great time. Like September will be a great time to go to Bucharest. Budapest, get hot summers as well, and it's it can get real crowded in the summer, lots of tourists. So I would say skip the summertime as well. And April and May is great times to go. April and May, but September is a great time because it's off-peak season. Things are a lot cheaper. Hotels, accommodations for sure is a lot cheaper because it's not peak time. So I would recommend September when you if you go into Hungary. After that, like October, no, it really starts getting cold. It's cold. I mean, it's Europe. It's gonna get cold, but I'm just saying it's a great time to go in September because you can go up, you hike up to the hill. You can see beautiful views. You can see the river. You can get amazing views up there. On top of the mountain. Nightlife and entertainment. Oh man, both cities got lots of nightlife. Woo. Are we talking about party scene, clubbing? Someone that wants to go clubbing, party like every night. Bucharest is winning because it's a party scene. I'm talking about people go there for hen do's, stag do's. It's known for like a party, especially in the weekends. Known for its party atmosphere. So people from all over Europe, all over the world, really go into Bucharest to party. So they party hard out there. Same thing in Budapest, they party hard as well, but it's more refined as far as their partying. So for instance, in Bucharest, you got the big clubs, like you got the Nova, this, that, all the big ones that you got Dubai. Well, not all of them, but some of the big names you got in Dubai and in London and stuff. You got out there in Bucharest. Bucharest, they love their fancy, the women dressing up, their fancy design and shit. And they go out clubbing and stuff. Whereas I like Budapest because it's a lot more normal, and it's more chilled. So they got that they got the unique like ruined pubs, which is dope. They have like it's buildings that ruin. They converted them, revamped them into like clubs, like bars and restaurants, all in one type thing, and it's dope. They got nightlife, but for me. Budapest is a lot more diverse. You got your jazz bars, you got your hip hop places, you got R&B places, you got metal, rock, house music. You got a bunch of stuff. Whereas in Bucharest is not it's not diverse at all. It's either this or that. That's it, right? So Budapest caters to a lot more. They caters to a lot more tourists and cater to a lot more people, and it's super diverse. So nightlife for me, hands down, win in Budapest because it's a lot more chilled, but most importantly, it's a lot more diverse. So one day, if you want to go super hard, go to a club, you could do that. If you want to go to a nice little ruin bar, you can go that. If you want to go to a busy ruin bar, you could do that. If you want to go to a jazz bar, you could do that. So Budapest, it's absolutely amazing for nightlife and entertainment. For me, Budapest wins. In conclusion, comparing all these different things I've gone through, I might be a little bit biased, but I mean Budapest wins for me. Budapest absolutely wins for me. It's not even close. Bucharest just pretty much will win cost of living. It's a lot cheaper to go to Bucharest than it is to go to Budapest. But if you want an all-around type trip, where you have, you have your attractions, nightlife, things to do in the daytime, good food, everything, ambiance, everything. It's going to be Budapest all day. All day. Both, I mean, for the guys out there, both cities have beautiful women. Ooh, beautiful women. Beautiful women. No disrespect. Women, Romanians are beautiful. Hungarians are beautiful too. I'll say Budapest. Yeah, Budapest. Ooh, women. I'll lean to Budapest again. So anyway, like I said, taking in all these things into consideration, what I just talked about and what I just gone through, Budapest. So if you're looking at a city trip and you're like, and you're thinking, I want to visit Bucharest, I want to visit Budapest, take all what I've gone through into consideration and make your decision. But personally, if I had a choice of two, I've been to both places and I have to go back to one, it'd be Budapest. But again, too, depending on your budget, time frame, like what you like to do, you might want to be more party oriented, then go to Bucharest. If you want to be culture, history, do different things in a day, have a lot more things on your agenda, then Budapest. But my real expert opinion is you have to visit both. Both cities are amazing and you should definitely visit both. Leave a comment if you want me to do any other cities specifically, and I'll do a comparison. Obviously, if I've been there, I'm not gonna do a versus for cities that I've never been to. Again, this is my experience. This is not paid sponsorship or paid ads. This is my experience of me being to these places and me enjoying these places and me giving you recommendations and tips. So if you found this video helpful and you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you already subscribed, hit that like button, hit that share too. Hit that algorithm, kickstart that algorithm. Yeah. But yeah, I hope this video helped with some recommendations and my comparing both cities. So like I said, man, just depends on what you really after. Either or, you're not losing either one of these cities, man. Both cities are amazing. Both cities has lots of pros, some cons, obviously, like most places, but you're not gonna lose either one you choose. If you've been to either one of the cities, hit me up in the comment and tell me what you think. Which one did you like better? And let me know why. All right, till next time. Peace.